Hey, everybody, we are off and running, so hope you're tied on another Saturday edition of Thoroughbred Action here from Gulfstream Park West. Jason Blewett catching up with you. Boy, did the weather turn today. I mean, autumn finally arrived here in South Florida. We've got 9 races on the show tonight. We'll get the track and weather conditions and all that good stuff, including the other JB, Jason Beam, who will be up with the call of Race 1. We're fast and good to start the card. Sunny skies, just a picture-perfect day for racing at Gulfstream Park West. It turned out, though, that our first race on the turf would be the only turf race. So let's get them in the gate. Jason Beam standing by. Some 2-year-old maiden claimers ready to rumble here. Tags are $50,000.
And the race is on. Realtor Danny D, Drama and Dixie, and out toward the outside, Dominate the Moment. Here's Don H up from the far outside. It's Dominate the Moment, Drama and Dixie, and Don H, and those three right across the track. They've quickly opened up 2.5 or 3 over Realtor Danny D and Beach Traffic, who sit back 4th and 5th. Blessed Journey's just in behind that one. Moving up on the outside is Nathan's Secret. Doko is 5th last, and behind that one then comes Concilium. Indirectly and Excalibur are together, and they are just ahead of 90 Days of Winter, who's at the back. 5 furlongs left to go in their journey, and up on the front end, Don H from the outside to the front. Don H leads at 3/4 of a length. Drama and Dixie under a good hold back in that second spot. Length and a half more than back to Realtor Danny D. Dominate the Moment moves up on that one's outside. Now coming through down toward the rail. Here's Beach Traffic, the favorite. Beach Traffic all the way up to 3rd now, drawn to within 3.5 of the leaders. 2.5 more back to Doko. Then they start to string out. It's 4 more back to Blessed Journey. Then another 5 or 6 back to the 3 at the back. Don H takes them to the far turn. Dominate the Movement moving up a little bit closer into that second spot. Nathan Secret cast out 3 deep from 3rd. Drama and Dixie is 4th. Beach Traffic still waiting for room. In behind was passed by Realtor Danny D. Doko starts to uncork a rally in the orange colors, is 7th right now, but starting to make up ground on the far outside. They come to the top of the stretch. Dominate the Moment goes to the front. Dominate the Moment. Don H now back to 2nd. Drama and Dixie just in behind them. Doko trying to wind up with Realtor Danny D. A final furlong left to go. Dominate the Moment. Don H not done with down toward the inside, but Dominate the Moment still there. Don H digging in. Drama and Dixie getting a little bit closer from that 3rd spot. It's Dominate the Moment, and we just had a rider stumble there. Don H unseated the rider. Dominate the Moment looked to have won it over Dream and Dixie.
So it's a one-and-done situation on the grass. Everything else from this race on moved to the main track. And also of note, everybody was okay, and that includes Wesley Henry aboard the 15 Don H. Had to feel a little bad here for the, if you back the 7, Dominate the Moment, considering this horse was best. But, boy, that left-handed turn under right-handed urging right when the hedge broke away. And, again, glad everybody was okay. And the 4 Drama and Dixie is elevated to the win as this turf debuter by Big Drama gets the money for David Fox and Hyro Rendon. Main tracking it here for the remainder of the card, and really coming up on a good-looking cast of 2-year-old maiden special weight runners. I don't know the last Triple Crown sire we've had a horse running here at Gulfstream Park West, maybe Affirmed or Seattle Slew, but we do have one in the form of the 3 Newsbreak by American Pharaoh. He's favored first time out.
Finding Mischief, and the race is on. A Newsbreak came away a little bit slow. Good start for Master Day, who goes right out to the front. Sagamore Mischief showing good speed, electric heat, and up from the far outside just in the nick of time. Sir Khan also part of that early firing line as well. Expensive Style and Newsbreak. They're both broke slowly, but both starting to make up some ground. 2 more then back to Brand. It's another 2.5 then back to Point Driven. Finding Mischief with 1 beat early on, and that's Ultra Confident, who's 12th and last. About 15 lengths front to back with a half mile to go. Up on the front end, Sagamore Mischief and Edgar Prado go to the far turn, a length and a half in front. Master Day right there in that second flight. Sir Khan cast out wide, trying to move up in between horses is Expensive Style. It's 2 more then back to Newsbreak, who's pushed along at this point. Is about 6 or 7 lengths adrift, trying to get going. Electric Heat and Inconveyance from the back. Master Day coming up alongside. Up on the front end, it's Sagamore Mischief who goes to the front. Master Day looms in behind, waiting for room, just in the nick of time. Expensive Style also bottled up, going to need somewhere to go as Sagamore Mischief leads him into the stretch. Now room for Master Day, who comes off the rail. Expensive Style up on the outside, those 3 across the track. They're 2 clear of just in the nick of time. Brand trying to get going down the far outside. A final 16th to go. Master Day up alongside of Sagamore Mischief, and Master Day going to the front. Master Day and Christian Torres to win it here, going away by 2. Expensive Style was 2nd. 3rd went to Sagamore Mischief, and 4th looked like Brand.
Well, the 3 Newsbreak broke poorly and was never a factor after that. That was not the case for the number 4 Master Day. It was a colt by New Year's Day. He's turned out to be a little decent stallion for sure, with Maximum Security leading the charge. Christian Torres picking up his 29th win of the meet, and Gilberto Zerpa, the winning trainer, in a second race field, I think has got the potential to be pretty live as time goes on. And with the early double down, we'll take a breather. Back with race 3 after this. Hey everybody, welcome back to Thoroughbred Action. We move ahead. We are off the turf with race number 3. 7/8 on the main. These are maiden claimers, 3 and up. Claiming tags, and this one are 12-5.
And the race is on. Good start in the center for Perfect Enough. Old News sent hard for speed, and Old News wants the lead and has it. Ready to Mingle came away in that third spot. In between horses, Barbie's King is a close up fourth. Macho Mania down along the inside is up into that 5th position. Then comes Steadily, Naka by the Sea, and Wolf Pub. Those two share the back, and the 8 of them only covered by about 7 or 8 as they go to the 5/8 marker. And up on the front end, leading it is Old News. It's Old News there by a length and a half. Perfect Enough getting a little bit closer now in that second spot. A big lineup of 4 just in behind. Barbie's King Ready to Mingle on the far outside. Macho Mania down on the rail, and in amongst horses is Steadily. Those 4 right across the track in the third flight. They're 2.5 lengths clear of Naka by the Sea, and Wolf Pub still trails. Old News takes them to the fire turn a length in front. Perfect Enough now getting a bit closer from that second position, is drawn to within a half a length. Up on the outside starting to make a move is Steadily, who comes in between runners. Actually, Barbie's King is up on the outside. Macho Mania shuffled back a little bit, is in the 5th. Naka by the Sea is starting to uncork a rally as the new leader up front is Perfect Enough. Perfect Enough, the favorite to the top of the stretch. Steadily continues to advance up on the outside and joins that one as they turn to the top of the stretch, and Steadily going the better of the 2 right now. Perfect Enough back in second, going to have to fight back. It's 3 more then. Back to Macho Mania down the outside. Naka by the Sea continues to progress, but a final 16th to go, and Steadily and Edgar Zaya starting to sneak away. Perfect Enough going to try to hold second from Naka by the Sea, who rolls late. Steadily to win it here. Steadily by about 4.5 in the end. Perfect Enough did hold second. Naka by the Sea third. Macho Mania finished 4th.
Little surprised in hindsight that 3 Steadily paid 4-1 odds, considering he had a big buyer actually in an off-the-turf race on a dry, non-sealed track over at Gulfstream Park towards the end of the summer meet. He obviously ran back to it, had good connections with Juan Carlos Avila, the winning trainer and owner. Edgar Zayas picks up win 26 of the meet. 4th race begins what is just on the cusp at being a 7-figure jackpot Rainbow 6. And here we go back to Jason Beam for the call of this upcoming filly mare 3 and up claimer. Claiming tags are $6,250. And we did have a claim. The 4 Memorized was claimed by Gilberto Zerpa.
Cite Voss showing good early speed. Memorized part of the early mix, and in between horses, Gabriel Elizabeth, the favorite, came away in the 3rd spot. In fact, 4th now, as moving up on the outside is Trap Me Later. Simply Great right there in that second flight, as is She Nailed It, and it's about 6 or 7 more back to Rose Path, who after that stumbling beginning spots the leaders about 11 as they go up the back stretch, and Memorized takes over. Wesley Henry and Memorized now in front by a length. Cite Voss down toward the inside, back to second. Gabrielle Elizabeth, Simply Great. The 2 favorites are 3rd and 4th. They're 2.5 ahead of Trap Me Later, who's up on the outside of She Nailed It. Still 6 more back to Rose Path as Memorized goes to the far turn to still a 2-length lead. Cite Voss, Gabrielle Elizabeth, and Simply Great. They're both still 3rd and 4th, and they're both still about 4 lengths behind the leader up front, who is Memorized. Memorized comes to the quarter pole, still holding that 2-length advantage. Cite Voss continues to chase from second. Gabrielle Elizabeth, Simply Great. They're still 3rd and 4th, still about 5 or 6 behind. Trap Me Later trying to go to the far outside. They've all got some work to do to come get Memorized. Memorized past the furlong pole, now clear by 3. Taking up the chase, Gabrielle Elizabeth down the outside, trying to rally up is Simply Great, still battling on down toward the rail as the gray Cite Voss, but Memorize going to go wire to wire here. Memorize in front by about 6 in the end. Gabrielle Elizabeth was second, third, looked like Cite Voss holding off Simply Great.
And how do you like that? We had Christian Torres, who had the tough DQ in the first race, come back and win a race. And the second rider involved in what was a rider falling off in the first, Wesley Henry, he shook it off, and he's in the winner's circle. Good stuff there. Jennifer Quinones, the winning trainer, Memorized, just speed popped the field and was claimed by Gilberto Zerpa. Race number 5 up next. We'll go a mile here on the main. We're off the turf. We've got some 3 and up filly mare claimers. Claiming prices are $10,000.
And the race is on. Karenina stumbled right at the start. Mia's bobtail broke beautifully, goes right out to the front. Tell Me Mo down toward the inside, and Miss Alifant out second and third. Karenina trying to recover after that stumbling beginning, but is going to be 3 wide. And at the back early on is Mi Carlita, but the 5 of them only covered by 2.5 lengths here as Mia's bobtail leads it at a crawl. Up on the outside, Miss Alifant coming up into that second spot as Tell Me Mo going to settle back in third. Karenina is fourth, and still at the back, Mi Carlita, but no more than about 3 lengths front to back as they wheel on to the back stretch. And it is Mia's bobtail to lead it by a neck. Up on the outside, Miss Alifant, a tugging, willing second. They're 2 clear of Karenina. Down to that one's inside, Tell Me Mo. They start to stretch out a little bit now. And Mi Carlita is last, but about 7 lengths now, tip to tail. 4.5 furlongs remaining in their journey. Mia's bobtail, Miss Alifant, under stout restraint from Paco Lopez on the outside, but is pulling right up to near level terms. They're still now 2.5 clear of Karenina in that second or third position, rather. Then comes Tell Me Mo, and still at the back is Mi Carlita. So into the turn they go. Mia's bobtail's had everything her own way up front, but now Miss Alifant turning up the pressure on the outside of Miss Alifant, cruising right up alongside and goes to put a nose in front. Mia's bobtail tries to battle on. Karenina looms just in behind them in the third spot. 2.5 more back to Tell Me Mo. Mi Carlita has to do a little bit better as Miss Alifant now goes to the front. Karenina looms the fresh challenge up on the outside. Mia's bobtail's back to third. 3 more than to Tell Me Mo. Miss Alifant floats wide into the stretch but still has the lead. It's Miss Alifant in front to the furlong pole by 3.5 lengths. Karenina down the outside. Tell Me Mo up the rail between those two is Mia's bobtail, but a final 16th to go. Miss Alifant, Paco Lopez hasn't moved a muscle this entire trip as Miss Alifant cruises to the wire about 6 in front. Battle on for second. Karenina going to get that spot. Third looked like Mia's bobtail, and fourth, Tell Me Mo.
Well, trainer Mary Upler's done an outstanding job here in Florida, just shipping a modestly sized string to this part of the country the last couple of years. She just seems to really know which of her horses fits well down here in this part of the country. And, I mean, you got the proof with Miss Alifant for Mary, who just, I mean, she eviscerated this field with Paco Lopez riding, basically a paid public workout in fifth. And we're halfway home, everybody. We'll be back after this with the late pick 4. And that late pick 4 begins. Welcome back, by the way. On the dirt, a scheduled dirt race coming up in this 3 and up filly mare claimer. Claiming tags are $10,000.
And the race is on. Varsovia came away a step slow, as did Everywhere I Look. Queen Cantharos from the outside got a good start. Down along that one's inside is the favorite Savannah Grass, and Savannah Grass coming up to put a nose in front of Queen Cantharos as those two square off in the opening furlong. They've pulled 3.5 ahead of Oopsie Daisy Doo, who's out in third. Moving up in between horses comes Varsovia, now takes over that third position. Discrimination is back in the 5th spot. Villola's right to that one's outside, and Everywhere I Look is 7th and last. The group covered by about 9 as they go into that far turn. And up front, Savannah Grass and Queen Cantharos, those two continue to do battle past the 3.5 furlong marker. They're 3.5 or 4 in front of Varsovia, who's up into that third position. Oopsie Daisy Doo is 4th. Villola cast out 3 deep from 5th. In behind that is Discrimination, and Everywhere I Look still at the back. Up front, though, Savannah Grass trying to edge away here. Queen Cantharos trying to keep pace with that one from second. They're still 3 clear. Varsovia in third. Splitting runners. Everywhere I Look starts to commence a rally. As they come to the top of the stretch, Savannah Grass and Paco Lopez coming to the 8th pole, stretching that lead out now to 3.5 lengths. Queen Cantharos battling on down toward the inside, down the far outside. Trying to get going is Varsovia, and up the rail, Discrimination is back into the bit, but a final 16th to go, and it's all Savannah Grass here. Savannah Grass going to go on to win it by about 5 or 6 in the end. Varsovia up for second. Third was Discrimination, getting up inside of Queen Cantharos.
Money just kept pouring in. I was tempted, and in fact, all right, let me be honest. Even money was a square price. I jumped in, made a win bet on the 4 Savannah Grass, yet by the time the race started, she was 2-5. I wasn't happy about that, but at least she won and never had an anxious moment in the process for Sappy Joseph Jr. His 16th win of the meet. He's a lock to win his second consecutive GPW Fall Meet training title, and Paco caps his own rolling double at $6.60. We move ahead, race number 7. We're off the turf, mile to 16th on the dirt. We've got some 3 and up filly and mare claimers that have never won 3, and the claiming prices are $10,000.
And the race is on. Quick Point heads out to the early advantage. Tropicality showing decent speed. Up from the outside, here's Lily's Heat, and Lily's Heat coming all the way up to put a nose in front. Tropicality trying to go with that one. Quick Point now settles back third. My Francesca and Oblio's Wish, 5 of them up front here as they go to that first turn. Things sorting themselves out, and Lily's Heat up to make the pace. Up from the far outside, Oblio's Wish coming up to challenge that one. Tropicality waits just in behind them in the third spot, only a length off the leaders up front. Then comes My Francesca, who's fourth, about 3 lengths adrift. It's 2.5 more, then back to Quick Point, and better yet is the trailer. The 6 of them covered by 8 lengths. As they have 5.5 furlongs remaining, and they wheel onto the backstretch, the wind right in their face, and Oblio's Wish up on the outside of Lily's Heat, and Oblio's Wish puts a nose in front. Lily's Heat now back to the second spot. Tropicality continues down on the rail in third, and behind that, My Francesca is fourth, 3 lengths off the pace. It's a break of 3 then to Better Yet, who's now out of last. That spot given to Quick Point, who is 6th in the trailer. A half mile left to go, and Oblio's Wish now goes on with it. Dropping out quickly there was Lily's Heat, who was on the lead early on, is now back to 5th. They go to the far turn. Oblio's Wish, Tropicality, room at the rail, trying to come through as that one. My Francesca loops up 3 deep as those 3 start to scoot away. They're 4.5 or 5 ahead of Better Yet. Then comes Quick Point. Lily's Heat dropped right out of it as they wind around to the far turn. Up on the far outside, My Francesca. Tropicality is right there down along the rail. Those 2 going to the front. They've gone a length and a half ahead of Oblio's Wish, who's now left back in third. 2 more then to Quick Point, trying to get going from the back is Better Yet. As they turn to the top of the stretch, My Francesca and Tropicality. These 2 have started to inch away. Now rallying up the outside, Quick Point is making up some serious ground. Oblio's Wish back in fourth. A final 16th left to go. My Francesca in between horses. Here's Quick Point down the center of the track. Tropicality battling on toward the inside. Quick Point and Christian Torres going best of all, though, and Quick Point going to go on to win it here. Second, My Francesca. Third went to Tropicality. Fourth, Oblio's Wish.
Well, good to see, because speed the last few days, and mainly with the rain that we had on Thursday and Friday, speed has been close to unbeatable on the dirt. It was refreshing to see a horse just basically pull that old school Belmont Park balcony move and just eventually cut everybody down in time, obviously referring to the 3 Quick Point, who just had no quick quitting her this afternoon. And she got the money, as Christian Torres is the first rider to hit 30 wins this meet. Congratulations to him. Rob Falcone Jr., winning trainer of this filly by point of entry. And here we go, race number 8 on the card. Kind of a neat mixture of solid locals like the 3 Paula Andrea in this upcoming filly and mare $35,000 to $30,000 claimer versus a couple of key snowbird-type ship-ins like the favorite, the 4 Royally Cool, and the 6, the West Coast Invader. She's all woman. Back to Jason Beam we go.
And the race is on. Royally Cool fast. Corey Gow from that far outside draw. Margie is Livid coming through down along the inside, but it is going to be Royally Cool to lead it just narrowly. Margie is Livid right there. Corey Gallop from the outside out in third. Velvet Isle in and amongst horses is fourth. She's All Woman, who broke sharply, settles in fifth. Only 2.5 off the lead. 2 more then back to Paula Andrea. After that comes Super 25, and it's 3 more back to Mary Lee and Me, who trails. Just over 3.5 furlongs remaining in their journey, and up front it's Royally Cool, who lets it out a notch in front. 2.5 now. Velvet Isle, Corey Gow, those 2 second and third. They're a length and a half ahead ahead of She's All Woman. Polyandria starts to launch a bid, is going to be 3 wide from that 5th spot. It's 3 more then back to Super 25. Trying to get a move on from the back is Mary Lee and Me. They've all got to get a move on to come catch the favorite Royally Cool. Royally Cool comes past the quarter, a 3-length lead. Velvet Isle pushed along from second. She's All Woman starts to gain into that 3rd spot. Then comes Corey Gal. Polyandria continues to wind up on the outside, but Royally Cool comes to the furlong pole in front by 3.5. She's All Woman trying to come after that one from second. It's 2.5 more than back to Mary Lee and Me, who's still making up some good ground. Final 16th to go. Royally Cool, She's All Woman with 50 yards to push on by and is gaining. It's Royally Cool still there. On the outside, She's All Woman. Royally Cool held on. She's All Woman was second. Mary Lee and Me closed to get up for 3rd over Corey Gal 4th.
Drop in class, well spotted, had the speed, had the connections. I mean, when you went through, the aggregate score was a big, maybe double or triple check mark for the 4 Royally Cool, who just held on. I'll tell you, the West Coast Invader from Santa Anita, She's All Woman, really ran a fine race for Bob Hess Jr., but the tactical edge went to the 4 Royally Cool for Jorge Navarro and Amiseo Jaramillo. And we come up on the nightcap, race number 9. This is was a very difficult race on paper. Scheduled dirt race at 6.5, and it's a 3-and-up, 2 lifetime claimer where the tags are $6,250.
And the race is on. Good start for Nation USA. Whiskey Moment, and very amusing. Those 3 fastest. Awesome Buzz coming through to challenge as well. As those 4 lining up, it is going to be Awesome Buzz to lead him out onto the main track. In between horses, Reagan's Heart puts a nose into that 2nd spot. Very amusing 3rd, as on the outside, Whiskey Moment is 4th. Slammin' Mike and Grand Causeway, they're 5th and 6th. In behind that comes Broadcast Time in the 7th spot. Nation USA is outside of that one. It's another length then back to Supery Dupery. Peace Accord moves inside of that runner. Then 3 more lengths back to Return the Star. And a long, long last is Dreaming of DeWild. So they have 3.5 furlongs left to go in their journey, and Awesome Buzz is the leader to the far turn. It's Awesome Buzz there by a length. Now here's Very Amusing cutting into that advantage. Very Amusing coming up on the outside of Awesome Buzz. They're 2 lengths clear of down on the inside Grand Causeway. Outside of that one, Reagan's Heart. Those 2 3rd and 4th trying to close in as they come to the quarter pole, and Very Amusing now takes over. Reagan's Heart now a fresh challenger. Is Grand Causeway going to move out 3 deep? Awesome Buzz is now back to 4th on the inside. Trying to run on then is Slammin' Mike as they come to the top of the stretch. Very Amusing still the leader. It's Very Amusing to the furlong pole. In between horses, Grand Causeway, and down the far outside Reagan's Heart, but Very Amusing is 3.5 in front past the 16th pole. It's Very Amusing well in command. Grand Causeway up to a clear-cut 2nd, but Very Amusing and Marcos Meneses to win the finale by 5. Grand Causeway was 2nd, Reagan's Heart 3rd, 4th looked like Return the Star getting up over Slammin' Mike.
And that's it, 9 up, 9 down. Very, very backtracking to the 2nd race. That was a pretty good debut victory out of a Master Day. It was very professional getting the money. And it is funny, as time has gone on, maybe Maximum Security was the first horse to really turn my attention. I think maybe all of us collectively to New Year's Day as a stallion. He's turned out to be A-OK, and we'll look forward to his progeny moving forward, not only through closing week here at GPW, but of course the championship meet kicking off November 29th at Gulfstream Park.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.